What's up, guys? Rainer here, back again. Today we'll be playing as Zhong Kui. Comes out as a mage into Smite here from the Chinese pantheon. He is a demon hunter, or much more affectionately known, a ghostbuster.
No demons are safe from my fierce glare.
So, while we wait for this game to start, let's talk about his kit. His passive is Demon Bag. You can see it above his portrait there. Whenever you capture a demon from your 1-2 combo here, there it is, 1 and 2. It goes in, is stored in your Demon Bag, and you gain 2 protections per demon held into the Demon Bag. Also, bears noting that your Demon Bag is the charge counter for your ultimate. So when you activate your ultimate, that's the maximum number of shots that your ultimate will do. So it stacks out a cap of 20. You won't get any more protections than that, and you won't shoot any more demons than that. You'll still gain the benefits from using your 1-2 combo, but you won't store any more demons than that. So, his 1, Expose Evil. You've seen me use it twice already. He throws his card in a straight shot, marking all enemies hit as demons, and it does damage over time for 5 seconds at about, it starts at 20 and maxes at 60, depending on what your cap is, on how many points you put in it. I would say max out this skill second. His 2, you saw me use it there, Exorcism. He drives out the demons from his enemies. All enemies marked by the card take between 75 damage at bottom tier and 275 at top tier. And then they heal you, depending on how many you hit. The basic level of healing starts at 20 for 1. And if you hit like an entire minion wave, you get about between 60 and 240 healing points per demon. Look at this. Look at the healing. You can just heal yourself. You don't even need to. You don't even need a healer. Yeah, that's what he does. He heals himself while clearing wave. That's where he excels. His 2, I would definitely max his 2 first, just because it's his most reliable form of damage. His 3 is Book of Demons. When this ability isn't on cooldown, you'll see it floating above your shoulder there. You can see it over my left shoulder. It adds another attack to his auto attacks. So I'm gonna throw it here, after I expose these demons. Turn back around and auto attacks. There they are. There's the auto attacks. You see that he throws an additional auto attack with the Book of Demons up. It does 50% of his normal damage. When you activate it, it spins around a minute for an attack, and he stuns all enemies hit by the ability for between half a second and a full second. If they are marked by your Exposed Demons card, they are stunned for double the duration. So at one point, you can stun them for a full second. At max, you can stun them for 2. I don't ever use it in this game for the stun, because it's not really you don't really have a follow-up to the stun, and we don't really have a lot of burst on our team, so it's just kind of the way it works. His ultimate, you saw me use it there before I died. Recall Demons. He activates his ultimate. He's immune to slows and knockbacks for the duration of it. It has it's an okay radius as far as his ultimate goes, but for the damage it does, it's pretty abysmal. The damage is it's okay, and just it doesn't scale particularly well. So if you build the glass cannon build, that's where Zhong's real shortcomings are, is he doesn't glass cannon. He doesn't have a lot of damage dealt. So you activate Recall Demons, and he starts releasing all of the demons from his bag, and they go out and attack his enemies. At basic level, it's about 80 damage per demon hit, and at maximum, it does 140. Meaning, like your total hits, your total damage dealt to a single god is between 400 and 700 if you can get all of them, and that's before protections. Yesterday I played probably about 8 games with Zhong Kui trying to capture this footage. And this was the best I could do. I mean, even in Conquest, he doesn't do particularly well. He really falls apart late game. Just due to the fact that this is what you're doing primarily end game in Conquest. It's just team fights, and he's rotten at team fights. He can play solo lane fairly well, just due to the fact that his 1-2 sustain is pretty good. But he's not gonna... He's not gonna be the Anubis of your team or the Zeus. He doesn't have that kind of burst.
Ultimate is ready. An enemy has been slain.
So this is what he does. This is how he performs the best. He clears wave and stacks his ultimate. That's pretty much the way you've got to play Zhong Kui if you want to have any kind of success. Finished off Ao Kuang there and popped my ultimate, picking up 2 very, very quick kills. That was the best I've ever played Zhong Kui, and then immediately got focused by Fenrir because all my protections are gone from popping my ultimate. He throws his ultimate down and kills me immediately. And that is all she wrote. That's one of Zhong Kui's big shortcomings. 0 escapes. Doesn't have anything that helps him at all. And because you're a mage, you typically don't build sprint. And because we had an Ares here, I had to build beads. And the other thing I built was Creeping Curse, because you want to stop the enemies from getting out of your ultimate. You want to have them stand there as long as possible because, I mean, it does good damage if you can hit them for the full duration, but it doesn't do that good of damage. Comes Ares ulting, so I'm going to use those beads I talked about a minute ago. Yeah, this was the best game I could get with Zhong Kui. He's not good. You get focused really easily because you have no escapes. And, That's why I say he does better in Siege and Conquest, because you typically aren't fighting 5 enemies at a time. But it does still happen, and he doesn't have a lot going for him in that department. In the team fight, he's weak. That's his weakest part. Push and lane, he's pretty good. He's got a lot of poke, thanks to his 3. I mean, you're doing 150% auto attack damage every single hit. It's pretty good. It also makes your auto attacks a little bigger, so it allows you to more reliably hit enemies. Because, I mean, you can see that the when I throw the auto attack, that it's kind of got like that offset to it, so you don't have to be as precise if you're bad at hitting auto attacks. Narrowly avoid getting just wrecked by that Ao Kuang ult there. Throw my Creeping Curse down because Osiris is right behind me, and Shock picks up that kill.
An ally has been slain.
So let's talk about this build. This is my arena build. Do not build this build in Conquest. I'll leave a Conquest build in the description, just because that's how I recommend you play him. But I don't like playing solo queue Conquest. It's awful. Don't ever do it. When you get to max level at 30, you're basically just fighting against like teams, and it's pretty terrible. So his first one, choosing the Magi. Just, you know, obvious reasons, magical penetration. His next up, Bancroft Talon. It's Bancroft Talon. Oh, let's not forget his back animation. Pretty great. One of the better ones. Bancroft Talon, you get a good amount of magical power. The lower your health, the more power you get. And then you also get some lifesteal. Always helpful. His third item I've got is Gem of Isolation. All enemies hit by your abilities are slowed for a couple of seconds. His fourth item, Rod of Tahuti. Because magic power is magic power is magic power. The fifth item I would build, it's kind of a toss-up. These are where your fifth item is one I call your situational item. So, I mean, if you're getting just rocked just endlessly, build protection. Because we're fighting against so much, you know, varying damage here, the protections don't matter here as much for me. We've got a lot of magic damage going out without Kwong. We've got a lot of physical damage coming from Fenrir and on her, so I just didn't build protection. Plus, I'm not doing that well anyway. So, I recommend personally Voidstone, because it basically allows your ultimate to be more ultimate-y, and you're often in close combat. So it definitely helps. Another one, if they have a lot of protections, is Obsidian Shard. I use that one frequently too, just because it's got a lot more magic power behind it as well.
Killing spree.
If you're playing Conquest, I also recommend getting a stack item. Now, I wouldn't go with Doom Orb because that's just kind of dangerous. I would go with Warlock Sash. The final item I would go with is probably one of the situational ones I picked. Probably Obsidian Shard, just because it's that additional magic power. Polynomicon isn't a bad choice, but you don't spam your abilities enough. Ares coming in again because, you know, he thinks he's people. Pop my ultimate again. Chasing Ares just because I was hoping I could get a kill on him, but nope, sure can't because Zhong Kui is not top tier. He's a low tier mage who kind of excels at pushing lane, and he's also very tanky for a mage. I mean, you can see that I've built like just this burst damage build down here at the bottom. I mean, this is glass cannon build, and he's actually got some decent tankiness thanks to his passive. But his passive does hinge on the fact that your allies let you farm lane, which here late game, Ra's just taking all of my minion farm, so I can't farm it up and get my protections. So we lost quite handily. Look in the description for a Conquest build that I would recommend if you want to give Zhong Kui a go. I don't recommend giving Zhong Kui a go. Hopefully Hi-Rez will buff him up to back when he was near launch, because he was actually pretty potent at launch. His ultimate did just a monumental amount of damage, and was I think I had a larger range on it too. Anyway, guys, this has been Rainer. I'll see you next time.